you want to say hi? You want to say hi? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kashmir and this is the giant schnauzer Zeus. So to fill you in a little bit on what's been going on since my previous videos, I took Zeus to a fair with rides, and that was really good exposure and really good progress that day. I didn't take a video because I really had to focus on Zeus and I didn't want to be distracted with my phone in my hand. But the way that it worked is when we first got there, I noticed that Zeus's eye contact was all over the place. He was looking at the kids running around, balloons popping, buzzers going off for the games, rides making noises, the smell of foods. There was so much going on. So my husband took my daughter on the rides and I found a quiet corner with Zeus and I just kept feeding him treats for his eye contact. Now once he got comfortable with less distraction and just got used to observing people walking around, I then started to find gaps in the crowds and gradually show him the premises of what the amusement park looked like before engaging in big crowds. So we were at the fair for a good 4 hours. We did start off with 2 hours, took a break, and then returned for later. But I just gradually introduced him to new distractions. One of the games, people were throwing darts at balloons and the balloons were popping, and I noticed Zeus was kind of looking around trying to figure out what was making those noises. So we walked towards that game, kept a distance. I got his contact, eye contact, kept feeding him treats, gradually worked our way closer to the games, and it didn't bother him. So once that didn't bother him, I knew he was fine with that distraction and we moved on to something else. A lot of kids were coming up wanting to pet him, so I kept treats in my hand, and actually with the kids, he wasn't even fazed by it. And I think that's because I have a daughter, so he's already used to kids. But it was when other people started showing up with dogs that weren't as behaved and letting their dogs bark and lunge. Still really proud of Zeus. He just stood between me and the other dog and was kind of on guard. He didn't bark back, he didn't lunge, but the treats were definitely a necessity just to reward him when he was doing good behavior. So after a really good stimulating day with distractions, keeping him by my side, eventually we mingled through crowds where there was a foot opening between people, and I would point where I wanted to go and I would say here, here, and he did really amazing. So now today I took him for a walk on the side of the road to see how much the day at the fair advanced him with his walking skills. So I will share a video with me walking on the side of the road to show how he did with healing, and he is doing really, really well. I am about ready to enter the stage of taking him into stores where pets are allowed, which I will start off standing outside of the store and just getting him used to doors opening and closing and people coming in and out before I engage into the store. But his progress has really come along. So stay tuned and take a look at the clip of me walking with him on the side of the road. You're doing a lot better, Zeus. Much better. Good boy. Let me turn around. This way. Come on. This way. Good boy. Yes. Yes. Good boy. Leave it. Good. Yes. Yes. You're such a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. I'm going to change directions on him because now I'm trying to get him to stay by my side and predict that I'm going to be changing directions. Let's go. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, a nice hug to the leg. Good job, bud. You're doing so much better. And I like to stop and go every so often to see if he can stop with me and make sure he pays attention to my feet. Good boy. Let's go. Oh, he's distracted. We still have a little bit of that to work on, distractions, especially to sense of other dogs. But he is doing so much better walking at a good heel. Good boy. Yes. And I do have to sometimes tug on the leash a little bit when I stop walking, just to keep him in his place and understand that I am stopping, which means he also has to stop with me. But he is doing so much better. Like, I am barely holding on to the leash. Wait, I gotta cross the road. Let's go. Good boy. And he was having a hard time leading crossing roads, which he's still a little more ahead of me than I would like, but this is really great progress. He turns 15 months old in a couple weeks, and I am very pleased with the progress that we are making with his walking. Good boy. Yes, and your eye contact, you keep checking in. I'm proud of you, bud. So you could see in the video that as I was walking him, before, when there would be cars driving by, he would shift his body weight as if he was going to lunge at them. This time today, he just looked at the vehicles. You could tell he was a little cautious, aware of the noise, but it didn't change the fact that he was still by my side and walking. And I think that is a big progress. He is recognizing the sound and knowing when he can ignore that sound. And I think that's very important. I think his progress right now is just getting him adapted to new sounds, new situations, to know what he can ignore. Same with at the fair with the balloon popping. He just had to understand what that popping sound was from. And then once he realized that, it didn't faze him. Later on the next day, my daughter blew up some balloons and was popping them in the house, and he wasn't fazed by that. He didn't care about it. He didn't have to explore it. It's like he knew what that sound was and that he could ignore it. So definitely engaging him into new situations and new areas where there's going to be new sounds and new distractions to help him understand what is going to be going around, what's going to be happening in his surroundings, so that he knows that he doesn't have to pay attention to it. And I feel like taking him to new areas and exposing him to those places that he will be once he is a service dog is very important. So getting him used to high traffic areas, that he can ignore people and just stay by my side. Children running around at a playground and him knowing that that's fine, they're doing their own thing, he can just stay by my side. So getting him exposed, I guess, is where I am at, and we will be moving on in that direction, just getting him to stay at a heel with eye contact in new surroundings. So in my future videos, I think you're going to be seeing a lot of new content of his next stage in progression, which is going into stores, and we will see how he does. And if he doesn't do very good, then we will take a step back and make sure that what we are doing with him is successful, so that he doesn't get discouraged. So little steps at a time, but I feel like I have just reached a new step. So yay! So we are done with his walk, and he is now ready to play. You want to play? You want to bring? Good boy! Yes! We're going to play. Okay. Are you ready? Are you a good boy? Little itchies. Yes, you good boy. You ready? We go again? Okay, here it goes. Get it. He doesn't see it. Zeus! I'm gonna get it first. Right here. Right here. Oh, I got it. Mama got it. You ready? Yeah, you good boy. Can we go again? Okay, I got it. Ha! Ready? Yes, you're a good boy. What'd you think, Zeus? Are you ready to go inside? Are you ready? Can you bring leash? Can you bring? Bring? Get it. Bring. No, not your toy. Not your toy. I want you to bring this. Can you bring this? Can you bring? All right, we'll work on this another time. Okay, let's go.